I honestly don't even know why I'm surprised by this title, but anywho, we're going to get into it. For those of you that don't know, I'm Yildiz from Yildiz Readings 5D, psychic medium, intuitive astrologer, and clairvoyant. If you do want to visit our membership site, we do have the landing page via the website. All the links are below, as well as if you want a booking, yes, you can book a private session. Now, this reading, more than likely, this is going to be an interesting portal all the way to the end of the year now. But definitely, we can be having some transitions lingering over from last month into this month, kicking off, especially because we're entering into eclipse season. Now, the one thing that I did notice in the masculines read was subjects to do with the Venus retrograde. And I was like, let me think about this. How is this showing up? Why is it showing up? It then showed up in the divine feminine's life. Juno also does have its retrograde at the moment, so I do reference that in the feminine read. So if you want to go through and take a look at that, go through and take a look. But I do think this individual also is having a few issues. Now, the funny thing was, last month we had a new moon, full moon in Aquarius, new moon in Cancer, and we have the yellow energy coming through here. Plus, we're going to have Jupiter and Leo. I don't know why I'm getting this little message. There are some subjects coming up to do with family, home, parents, and I don't think this subject's over. Could it have something to do with this transition we're moving through? Yes, I do. I think it's lingering and dragging through with other subject matters popping off. But I do think the karmic has something cropping up here to do with family, parenting, parenthood, children, home. It could be an asset, but this is on the question mark here. This is something that is coming up for insight and clarity. Now, where they live, I'm going to give you some variables. This could be a circumstance that is, and a lot of these cards are in the reverse, so we'll give you a close-up view. So we have a lot of these cards, apart from dedicated effort and the crowning energy. Pretty much the rest are, well, we got the past. Okay, so the past is in the upright. The crowning energy is in the upright. What they do moving forwards in the upright, or what they perceive they're doing. And it's taken a lot of work to get them to where they are. And we're going to reference why this is important. We're looking at the crowning energy, the yellow energy. This could be a subject to do with home, creativity. Yes, spending money and things like that on luxuries, but I'm getting this is something that needs to be addressed relating to the past, be it they think they've covered tracks and everything's hunky-dory or not. I really don't think they have here, and I think this could be a bit of a shock to the system. If they have led their life on the up and up, they should be okay. If they have not, which is a signifier coming through in this read that I'm saying psychically, the card in the crowning energy is a 3, and I'm hearing 2's company, 3's a crowd. It could be, again, this did come through in the masculine's read. It could be a karmic that the masculine was dealing with. It could be on the other side, a karmic that the feminine was dealing with. Third party situation, 3 direct situations, 3 individuals. Variables are there. Most recent past. Base chakra. Okay, what was at the root cause of the situation? Somebody is going to get to the bottom of a circumstance linking to a karmic relationship. Could it affect where the person is living? Could it dig up some things of the past? Yes, I feel so. Now, this is going to feel like where they thought their life was going, and that they had made it through to the other side of that bridge. They climbed over, the leprechaun was underneath, the chickens are coming home to roost. This person has put a lot of effort into covering their tracks. A lot of effort into covering their tracks. There has been some entanglements here that, how would I say, they had come to depend on. This could be financially, It might have been some secrets they gave to particular individuals that they felt they could really, really trust. This could even be a mother exposing them. But nevertheless, something is being exposed. Again, I do get 3 energies. We see the 2 individuals on the card. We see the individual painting the mural. Again, we're seeing the frequency of 3s. Now, are they directly, how would I say this? Are they ready for this? No. Can they control it? Can they change it? No. What is done is done. And it's how they deal with the circumstance moving forward, unfortunately, now. And I'm very cautious about how I'm articulating this. So if you notice I'm pausing, I want to give the most relevant information. I do think this person's almost going to be dumbfounded that it's cropping up. They do know that when it does, this is going to change the whole trajectory of their life, their lifestyle, their living arrangements. It feels like a tower, but it feels like they built this physical foundation and they firmly believed it was all good in the hood. This can directly impact further connections that they have in their life, future connections they have in their life, because there is something of, I'm seeing almost like yarn or wool inside a jumper, and it's coming it's coming undone, and it's just shredding away. It's like once that cord's pulled, everything starts to pull away to expose the depth of deceit in this circumstance. I feel that they underestimated, especially with this outcome card. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's almost like the person's quite dumbfounded. It's like, okay, how do I secure this situation? Um, I need to look on the brighter side of life. I'm moving through a tunnel. No, it's going to be okay. It does feel very lonely. It does feel that there's an element of shame in the circumstance. But disappointment also, because the disappointment almost feels like, gee, I thought I could trust that person. But I think they were quite tunnel visioned in a sense, and they're having this revelation. Gee, I was very tunnel visioned, when I communicated with this individual, when I exposed this subject matter, when I mapped this plan, where the leaks were in this plan was potentially because they were so tunnel visioned that they didn't check their surroundings or the temperature of the ecosystem to go, hey, should I be saying this? Should I be doing this right now? So this logic that's coming to them, this light bulb moment that's coming to them is, wow, I really didn't check that, did I? I missed that. And they're very mad at themselves, very mad at the fact that they didn't notice and check that because they had been so tunnel visioned. It's quite calculated, I feel, here. Because this person has mastered this art. They've really mastered it. And they're quite surprised that somebody has taken them by surprise. I'm almost hearing the term somebody, it's like calling something bluff. It's like, yeah, they won't do it. Oh, maybe fearing that they would, and then, oh God, they have. This person's also feeling quite nauseated, quite shocked about what this is going to mean for their life. I also feel some family members are going to be quite shocked by their, what would I say? By their actions. Yeah, by their actions. There's more than 3 people involved in this circumstance, so it's going to go back quite far. But again, I don't see this person has any control of this ship now. It's rolling. Okay, the ball's rolling. This is moving. They won't be able to control it. They need to let it unravel and bring about, and it is going to bring about in the end a new beginning. And yes, some lessons are going to be learned from this, but ultimately, the truth is going to set them free. It may not be something they want, it could be a severing of ties. I do feel somebody's crossing them here. But I also feel some subjects to do with the past of entanglements, betrayals, are going to come about in the mix of this. I won't go any further. If you do want to go through and take a look at any of the other ones that we have out at the moment, which is the masculine, feminine, the karmic, you're probably going to get a broad view of it. If you do want to look directly at your own individual path, you can jump through and visit our website where you can book a private session, or visit our Sage in a Circle network subscription page. You can sign up to it, and once it's open to the public, you can jump on board and get this content really pre-released. We have regular sessions, events, etc., where I do actually check in with them quite regularly. So if you want to come and join the network, feel free. Otherwise, I will see you for these updates next week.